Jasmine Pineda stared out of her high-rise apartment in Panama City, the golden hues of the sunset reflecting on her contemplative face. The city buzzed below her, but her thoughts were miles away, caught between her long-distance fiancé, Gino, and a new, uncharted path she dared to explore: open marriage. It had all started innocently enough. Jasmine had always been fiery, passionate, and, if you asked Gino, unpredictable. They'd fought over his exes, his hats, his inability to text her back promptly, but somehow their love endured. However, Jasmine's passion often led her to question the constraints of traditional relationships. During one of her therapy sessions, which Gino begrudgingly agreed to join over Zoom, the therapist asked them both what they truly wanted out of their relationship. "I want trust," Gino muttered, clutching his signature baseball cap as if it were a lifeline. Jasmine, with her piercing eyes and unapologetic honesty, leaned closer to the camera. "I want freedom." The room went silent. Gino blinked nervously. "Freedom? What do you mean?" "I love you, Gino," she said, her voice softening, "but I also want to explore parts of myself I've never allowed to breathe. Love doesn't have to be a cage, my amor." Jasmine's confession left Gino uneasy, but she didn't press him. Days turned into weeks, and Gino's upcoming visit to Panama loomed closer. Jasmine spent her days researching open marriages, devouring books, podcasts, and forums. She wasn't looking to replace Gino. She wanted to expand their love, not diminish it. When Gino finally arrived, his suitcase still smelling faintly of Michigan winters, Jasmine broached the topic again. "I've been thinking," she began as they walked along the Cinda Costera, the ocean breeze teasing her hair. "What if we tried something unconventional?" Gino's brow furrowed. "Like what?" "An open marriage." He stopped dead in his tracks. "You're kidding, right?" "No, Gino, listen. I'm not saying I want to run off with someone else. I'm saying we can love each other while acknowledging that we might have other needs or connections." Gino's silence spoke volumes, but Jasmine didn't back down. She explained her vision: a relationship built on radical honesty, mutual respect, and trust. Despite his initial hesitation, Gino agreed to discuss the idea further. Jasmine, ever the go-getter, took it upon herself to find someone who fit their criteria. She didn't want a fling. She wanted someone who could respect her boundaries and, most importantly, her relationship with Gino. Gabriel was a charismatic yoga instructor Jasmine met during a wellness retreat in Bocas del Toro. Tall, with a sun-kissed complexion and a voice that could soothe even the most anxious heart, he exuded an aura of calm confidence. They struck up a conversation over dinner, bonding over their shared love for meditation and self-improvement. Gabriel's open-mindedness intrigued Jasmine. He wasn't just interested in her, he respected her journey. "I'm engaged," she told him early on. "That's beautiful," he replied, his smile genuine. So, what brings you here? His lack of judgment surprised her. Over the next few days, Jasmine explained her idea of an open marriage, testing the waters to see if Gabriel might fit into the puzzle. When Jasmine brought up Gabriel to Gino, it was over a glass of wine on their balcony. "I think I've found someone," she said, her tone careful. Gino nearly choked on his sip. "You what?" "Relax, Gino. He's not a threat to you. He's an opportunity for us to grow." Gino's face turned a shade of red Jasmine hadn't seen since their last argument over Instagram DMs. "I don't understand. How is this supposed to help us?" "Because, Gino," she said, placing her hand over his, "love isn't a pie. Giving some of my attention to someone else doesn't mean I'll give you any less. Gabriel respects you. He respects us." It took hours of discussion, tears, reassurances, and compromises, but Gino eventually agreed to meet Gabriel. The three of them met at a cozy cafe in Panama City. Jasmine arrived first, smoothing her dress nervously. Gabriel walked in next, his usual serene demeanor intact. Gino arrived last, visibly uncomfortable. His cap was pulled low, and his eyes darted around the room as if expecting a hidden camera crew to jump out at any moment. "Hi, Gino," Gabriel said warmly, extending a hand. Gino hesitated before shaking it. "Aha." The conversation was stilted at first. Gabriel, sensing the tension, steered the discussion toward neutral topics: travel, food, and Panama's vibrant culture. Slowly, Gino began to relax. By the end of the meeting, Gino still had reservations, but he admitted Gabriel seemed like a nice enough guy. Over the next few months, Jasmine, Gino, and Gabriel embarked on a delicate balancing act. Jasmine spent time with Gabriel but always made sure to prioritize her relationship with Gino. Communication became their cornerstone. There were moments of jealousy and doubt, especially for Gino, but they worked through them together. "I still don't get it sometimes," Gino confessed during one of their late-night talks. "But I trust you, Jasmine, and I love you." "I love you too," she said, tears brimming in her eyes. "Thank you for trusting me." Jasmine's journey into open marriage wasn't just about exploring new connections. It was about self-discovery. Through her time with Gabriel, she gained insights into herself that she brought back to her relationship with Gino. For Gino, the experience forced him to confront his insecurities and grow as a partner. While he still preferred the idea of monogamy, he began to see the value in Jasmine's perspective. As Jasmine looked out at another sunset, she felt a sense of peace she hadn't known before. Her relationship with Gino was stronger than ever, and her connection with Gabriel was a source of joy and growth. Life isn't about fitting into boxes, she thought. It's about creating a love story that's uniquely yours. Jasmine didn't know what the future held, but for the first time she felt ready to face it, on her own terms.